We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Britt Says. And yes, I hope you guys had an amazing week last week. My week was cool. I was just fussy this week. Like, I just feel like the easiest things were so annoying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ever have those weeks where like, just like, I don't know, like moving something over is a headache. Picking up a damn pillow is a headache. Like, that was the type of time I was on, and I know why, because it's that time of the month. So I was just feeling like really just annoyed with everything this week. So yeah, that was that. I went out to eat with my friend for her birthday. Jamil, happy belated birthday. So that was cool. The food was so good, and I went to Yonkers, so I was kind of happy about that, because you know I be wanting to like get out sometimes, not every day, but you know because I am a kind of a homebody. But it's good to you know step outside. And let's talk about homebodyism. Is that a word? If it's not, it is today. I feel like quarantine, I probably talked about this. Well, I don't like saying, I don't know, I feel bad saying quarantine, child. Ever since the panoramic, you know, we've been staying in the house. I really enjoy staying home. Is that problematic? Like, my mother, she always felt the need to leave the house, and she'd be like, oh, it's something wrong with people who like to stay in the house all day. Because my father, he be staying in the house, child. That man do not leave the damn house. Like, he does not leave the house. Like, I mean, you know, he's older, so I mean, what is there for him to do outside? I mean, sometimes he go outside, cut the front of the house, like what's that thing called, like a bush, cut the bush, you know, he do cute stuff. But I mean, I feel like if you look around, it's so much stuff to do in the house, you know what I'm saying? Am I worried that one day I will become obsessed with being in the house like my dad? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's nothing to do outside. Like, what is there to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I find a lot of activities to do in the house. Like, ever since I've been in the house, I swear. Like, I'm not capping. Like, I enjoy being in the house. I like to go outside and get some fresh air every now and then. Like, yeah, like, because sometimes I be in the house so much that when I go outside, my eyes be like, like, my eyes be hurting me, bitch. But I be feeling like there's so much stuff to do. But then again, it's a biased opinion too, because, you know, I also have a podcast, right? So those things consume my time. This filming, editing, posting on social media, those things are things that I do that requires me. Well, it doesn't require me to be home. I could go somewhere and do it, but if I'm at home doing it, you know. So I mean, my opinion can also be very biased. And then when you include that with your daily life, with like cleaning up and doing this and doing that, it'll consume your whole week. So my opinion can be biased, because but that's called finding stuff to do. Shit. Like, I be doing stuff. I do a lot. And you guys will find out soon. But I do quite a lot too. So, but even before I was doing a lot of the things I do now, you know, I found being home to be okay. I'm not opposed to it like I used to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to, you know, staying in the house, chilling, just, you know, getting it together. You know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I really don't find anything wrong with being in the house at all. Like, it's not all that is, like, it's not all that bad. It's not all that bad. As long as you find things to do, you know what I'm saying? With YouTube, you, like I said, you can work out, have fun, watch stuff. Like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I even want a real job again. Let me stop, because I don't know who be watching, and you take something and run with it, bitch. Go kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you watch, you take something and run with it. Oh, she's an unemployed ass bitch. She a broke ass bitch. But yeah, so it's been a weird week. Like I said, like one of those weeks where it just feel like my energy is like girl. Like, it's giving me girl energy. Like, oh, like, I just had that type of week. I feel like I did something else this week too, but I can't quite put my finger on it. That I definitely wanted to bring up. I do this every week because it's hard to remember. I mean, I should probably start writing down what I did this week, but then it's gonna become too like, I feel like now I'm just like, oh, like I feel like my life is becoming too analytical, and I don't want that. I just want a regular life. Like, I mean, if I forget what I did this week, I just forgot what I did this week. Like, I can't do but so much. I'm just one girl. But yeah, so dang, the beginning is like super short, but that's cool because, you know, my intro, I try to keep it, I try, but then sometimes, you know, I go astray. But yeah, so this week I was really trying to get a relationship topic in because the other day I was looking at my what's the thing called, like my bio for the podcast, not my bio, but like what this podcast is about, and I'm like, yo, we haven't talked about a relationship topic in so freaking long. Like, oh my god, like I don't even remember what the last relationship topic was, but I ain't gonna hold you, today's topic is not about relationships, but I'm just saying, I'm just talking about it. I did want to talk about a relationship topic, but I feel like I talked about so much, but relationships could, anything with dating and relationships, you can talk about that shit all goddamn day. So it's no excuse, you know what I'm saying? I need to write some down, and then we could dwell and dabble and dibble and dabble, because I have not talked about relationship stuff in a minute, and I'm in a whole relationship, bitch. Child, I'll probably be up in here running rampant. Okay, and not just relationships, you know, being single too. I've been single, I'm not single anymore, but I know what it's like. And yeah, and the other thing too was like, oh, see, look at me, I was like, oh, my intro's too short. The other thing too is like, with relationship topics, I like talking about that with people, but I do also need to really like learn how to talk with myself about certain things too. Not learn, I'm pretty damn good at it, because bitch, it'll be almost a year where I'd had to do the podcast standalone or whatever come March. I think it'll be March. I didn't take a break in March, I think, right? No, that was January. So yeah, from March, yeah, it'll be almost like a full year. And I'm kind of feeling the standalone podcast situation, so y'all better get fucking used to me, okay? Because I don't even know if I really want guests like that. Like, I might have guests, but it won't be something where I feel every episode I have to have a guest. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. No. Like, I used to do that. Like, I used to feel like every episode I needed a guest, and, you know, just like taking in the opinions of others. And I feel like sometimes people tell you stuff because maybe they want to be on the pod or whatever. I do enjoy having people on the podcast, but also it's my podcast, and I feel like sometimes when you have a guest, you can't really talk. But so, well, you can talk. Let me not lie. You can talk. Yeah, you can have a dialogue with somebody, but you kind of want your guests to shine in a way. At least I do. I like my, unless like they be doing too much, like I feel like I gotta say something that if I don't agree with something they say. But for the most part, I like my guests to really shine and talk and speak, and you know, I think that's what interviewing is about. For the most part, you shouldn't be trying to control the interview or whatever the case may be. So, also, I feel like it's not that much standalone podcasts out there. I feel like a lot of podders don't know how to stand alone, and I think it's a niche for it. So I kind of like enjoy that. Like, I feel like a lot of people either feel like they need a guest or they need a co-host. And I heard that there's a lot of, you know, pros to obviously being a standalone podcast. One of them is that you don't have to deal with a co-host. You know, you have to agree on things with people, and you have to split the coin, and you have to, like, maybe this week, like I said, I wanted to do a relationship topic, but I didn't come up with one in time. Maybe my co-host would have been on my ass. I don't have time for that, you know? Not that I don't work well with people. I'm just saying, like, those are benefits of it. Also, I do feel like there's some people that they can stand alone. You know, I know I can't speak with a podder, I would say maybe Amanda Sills, even though I haven't listened to her podcast in a while. Sometimes she has guests, sometimes she doesn't. And when she doesn't have a guest, the episode is still dope as fuck. And she will dead dwell on a topic. I haven't listened to her podcast in a while. I gotta jump back on that. Or YouTubers. Some YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers are standalone YouTubers. I was thinking about that. And they'll dead just be talking. And I'll be listening. And I know like some YouTubers that when they have a guest, I hate it. And even the other people who comment say they hate it. Like, stop having people on your show. I mean, not show, whatever, your channel or whatever the case may be, on your videos. Like, dead ass. So, I hope you guys, you know, try to resonate with me in that sense where it's like, I kind of wanted your opinion, Brittany. Like, that type of thing. And you know, I was thinking like, oh, people might think you're narcissistic. It's not. It's really not narcissism. It's really just... It's been a year. Like, I'm getting used to it. It's damn near, yeah. Like, so we'll see. But I'll definitely have guests. But it's just not something that will be a part of the show. Like, I've tried every technique. I feel like almost like I've tried, you know, just doing it on my own. Having guests periodically, every now and then. Remember, that was like season 1. Like, I did... Season 1, I had, I think, only 2 guests. Right? I think it was my cousin Michelle and Keisha. Yeah, that was it. Then people was like, and I should, you know, I gotta really, and we'll talk about these things today actually. Then somebody was like, you need to have more guests on your show. And I'm just like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? Season 2, was it season 2 or 3? Was it season 2 or 3? I forgot. It was the episode where I had only the first episode I did it by myself and the last episode I did it by myself. And then all throughout the season, I had guests or whatever. It did really good. I think that it does. The other good thing with having guests, oh boy, we're at 12 minutes, it's fine. The other really good thing about having guests too is that they're going to promote it. So you kind of like get another audience and things like that. So you can gravitate more views like that and things like that. But I was looking at the numbers, like, and the type of potters, which I loved all the potters that I had on my show. I loved all the guests that I had on my show. I just want to be very clear that the only type of potters that I can have on my podcast is on the same level as me. So for the most part, yeah, like, let's be honest, you know, unless I, you know, maybe like, you know, like the potters that I had was pushing probably the same numbers as me. So it wasn't like I was getting these big numbers from having a guest on my show. Like, I was probably getting double. Like, I get what, 10 views per episode now, and I was probably getting 20. So it's like, what difference are we making? With that amount of views, I could just change up my format. Like, now I post I will try to post 5 days a week on YouTube. My downloads went up. You know, I wasn't getting as much downloads as I was getting in the past season. So I don't know. All I could do is try, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, I'm not opposed to guests. Sometimes some episodes I really do want a guest and a second opinion, and some of them I do think require opinions and of people who actually live in those situations. Like, I had some dope episodes for season 3 before the panoramic. What? Bitch. Okay, so some of those things will definitely touch light on. And yeah, you know, I would definitely try to, you know, put my finger on when the world opens up. Also too, it's fine. It's fine. I overanalyze everything. Also too, another thing is like, when I got an apartment, I was like, oh, I can bring people to my apartment and we could pod. And then when you kind of get your own spot, you kind of want everybody up in your shit. Like, unless it's like my friends. Like, I thought like, oh, fuck. Like once I started living here, I'm like, do you really want to invite people to your apartment all the time to pod? Like, I'm not opposed to it, but it's like, it's still kind of weird. And then now I feel I'm in my room instead of the living room. So it's just... So I would have to get a studio, so it just costs more money. It's just and you want, and now I'm so extra, you want that sort of professionalism too, like, you get what I'm saying, or not? Like, do they want to come to my house? Like, bitch want me to go to her crib? Like, it's weird. So I don't know. IDK. So we'll see, or whatever the case may be. Stay tuned. I heard end of the summer things might be really opening up. Some good leads. I got some good leads. bitch act like she affiliated with the government. I got some good leads on the world opening up. I know Joe Biden personally. Please. But yeah, we'll see. Only things, just know it only gets better. Hello, good morning. So yeah, that was a long, I said the intro was gonna be short, then it got long. But today's topic is about, what do you guys think? It is about haters. Hi hater, you see me. Hi hater, hi hater. That song used to go hard. Shout out to Nano, bro. You see me, my hater, hi hater. Was it by hater or hi hater? All I know is the beat was like do 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 do, hey do 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 do. That shit went so hard. That Mano would make a song like that, and then they had the shirts that said "Hi Hater" on the front, and then the back that said "Bye Hater" on the back. Bitch, that is such a New York song. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I understand everybody uses the term hater, but something about the energy when that song was out, it just resonated so well with the city. Like, I swear. And then what's another hater song? Let's get it crunk, come on, have fun up in this dancery. We got y'all open now, yeah. That's called Hateration. No, don't need no Hateration. I forgot what the fuck that song is called. That song is very underrated for just tackiness, and just the video was just a lot. It was just, I feel like if Mary J had not did that song, we would have bombed that song. Like, let's be honest. Like, what is a hateration, dancery? Who made that? Did she write that? It still went hard. I like the beat too for that. Doom 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 doom. The beat do go hard. I do know the lyrics for that song because I don't know. Remember on the episode when I was saying I used to listen to Wendy Williams on a karaoke machine? The karaoke machine came with like 3 CDs, and one of the songs on it was, I don't remember what that song was called. I keep calling it Hateration. It's not called Hateration, I think, though. That song was on there, so I know the lyrics to that song. Yeah. Come on, everybody, get on down. Hey, DJ is in the spot tonight, and I'ma make you feel alright. I'm bugging out this episode, apparently. I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah, we know what a hater is, child. But, you know, we're going to delve into some things or whatever. But before we delve into the topic, you know, before most topics, what we like to do, we like to expand our minds. Expand your mind, expand your mind, expand your mind. So, an article on psychologytoday.com written by Mariana Pogosyan, PhD, titled Understanding Hate, 9 Insights into Hate from Psychological Research. So I'm going to only read the first one. And, well, I scrolled really fast, which is weird. I don't see the part that I want to read to you guys. Difference between hate, anger, contempt. Contempt versus hate. Hate spreads easier than anger. Hello. Physiology of hate. Dealing with hate. Okay, I'll read that. Dealing with hate. There's a lot of confusion about hate and what it really means. If people realize that hate is something much bigger, that it includes the desire to eliminate others, maybe they will change the way they use the word. It takes emotional intelligence to discern between feelings. But it is something that can be developed. Perhaps making people understand what they are actually thinking and feeling, and why when they say I hate you, okay, or disentangling the different ingredients of their negative emotions might be helpful. For example, you could say, I know you are saying I hate you, which means that there is nothing positive that you can detect about this person or group. nothing that you have in common is this really true? I think it's better not to let your emotions reach the level of hate and start working on them while you are still angry. If it doesn't work, consider whether you still want that relationship. All right, let's talk about hate. Haters, hating, hate. Oh, I don't like that word. All right, so number one, hate. Hate is a very real word, and hate, we use that word so loosely, I feel like, in culture, because when we think of a hater, right, we use it as a person that's jealous, right? So let's be mindful that, because even in that article, they was talking about hate for real. Like, they was talking about when somebody dead ass hates someone, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that jealous people often hate that person. Well, I won't say often, because you could be jealous of someone and hate them at the same time, definitely. Some people think that people who actually are jealous of people love them, and we'll delve into that topic as well. But let me get comfy. I do feel like, number one, for me, let's talk about that. Do I hate anyone? I don't hate anyone. I never hate anyone. Even if I fall out with someone, I will not hate them. I've actually, even more so as I've gotten older, I really believe even if somebody was to do something really bad, you know, I would never hate them. I would still love them. I would pray for them. I really, really believe that. Like, I see why a lot of people do that. You know how some people, they be like, you know, I forgive that person. Now, have I experienced something where somebody has done something really, really, really bad that's considered deemed hateable? No, I have never experienced that. I don't want to. Okay, let me speak that out into existence right now. But I don't hate anyone. I don't. Even, like, you know, I just don't. I just don't have that type of time. I think hating someone requires so much energy. And yeah, but I know there's people who do claim that they hate people. And that's another. Is hate even real? Because I be hearing, like, some people be like, I hate my father. I'm like, you don't hate your father. Like, some people think they hate they like they'll hate a specific parent, you know, because of how they brought them up or something. But I think deep down in their heart, they love that person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when I hear people say they hate someone, they actually genuinely love the fuck out of them. Like, not even capping. Like, they really love them. Like, some people be like, I hate my baby father. I hate his ass. But they dead love them. And not even love them like they want to be with them. But you could love somebody unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even truly believe that hate is real. Can hate be real? Is it all a facade? I might be a firm believer that hate is not really a real thing. I think you can hate, actually, hating people is not a real thing, because hate is a real thing. Like, you can hate a food. Like, I hate liver. I don't eat red meat anymore, but when I ate red meat, I hated liver. Random as fuck, but I hate that shit. Like, I don't like the taste. I still remember it very vaguely. And it was so odd. At my daycare, they served liver. Like, I feel like that's such an inappropriate meal to serve to kids at daycare. And they would force me to eat the food. So that made me even hate it more. I'm just bringing that up. You know, I'm very scarred by that. And actually, that's so problematic. I feel like liver is not something that should be served at a daycare. Oh my God. Oh no. I feel like liver is very exotic. Okay, moving on. But I think you can hate things. Like, you can hate food. You can hate is strong. It's such a strong word. But I really hate liver though. So it's possible to hate something, but I don't think it's possible to hate someone. I said what I said. I don't think you can really hate. I don't think hate is real. Ooh. Top of the topic, causing controversy. But also too, the top reason why I brought up the topic was because I feel like a lot of people have a tendency, and I brought up this on the podcast, and that's what made me bring up that I have to do an episode on this, that a lot of people have a tendency to believe that people are hating on them. And I have a problem with that because you could probably be, or you, not even you, anybody could be looking out for your best interest, and your first reaction is that they're a hater or whatever the case may be. And I don't like that. I don't like that shit. Like, I think some people struggle with, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's on the tip of my tongue. Some people struggle with feedback, constructive criticism. And because some people don't like constructive criticism, they believe that people are hating on them. They're jealous, or the truth too. The truth makes people believe that you're a hater, you're jealous, and because they're telling you the truth, they're a hater and they're jealous. And then when you realize it's the truth, then you be like, oh, maybe they wasn't hating. But then some people are the type that even though let's say that person was telling the truth, like for instance, and we can talk relationships. Let's say your friend tells you they saw your boyfriend with another girl or whatever, like kissing her, right? And you choose not to believe them. You're like, you just a hater, you hating on our relationship. Then you find out maybe a month later that it was true, right? Some people are the type of people that be like, all right, that bitch was telling the truth, but she's still a fucking hater. Like, you know those type of people, like, she's just still a hater. Like, she couldn't wait to tell me that. Like, people be creating ideologies in their head. Like, bitch, like, stop. Like, stop. Like, I feel like, for me too, you know, as I got older too, because I don't want people to think I'm a hater, and I'm not a hater. And it's just about reading the room too. And it's really unfortunate though, because I'll tell you why. Let me continue what I was saying. As I got older and, you know, started reading the room or whatever, I just realized certain things, and not even older, because I think when I was like 19, I was like the last time I gave relationship advice or ever told anybody anything I seen. I rarely catch anybody slipping though no more, because I be in the house clearly. But I remember in school I would catch people slipping. Like, and I used to be so mad that I would catch these situations. And from those last instances, I told myself, you know, never give advice on relationships unless, I always say this on the podcast, unless it's deadly, like it's detrimental to that person. Oh, and that's for anything, period. Like anything. And another thing I had to learn not to give advice on is business. I think business is something you should never give advice on. And that could be problematic too, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like when people create businesses, they often they get very excited, as you should. You're creating a business, that's dope. And when you're creating it, you know how you like create something, right? And you just like, once you're creating it, it sounds so good. You got your format, you got your plan, the shit look good. Maybe you took some photos, the photos look good. Maybe you made a logo, you like, yes, bitch. Like, you just feeling yourself. So when you start feeling yourself and you ain't put out the product yet, or whatever the case may be, I noticed that people have a tendency to be, one, like they know it all. Two, like you jealous of them because you seeing your vision. You just could see it. Right? You're doing right now is creating. Not even, I shouldn't say seeing. You're creating a vision. You see it, but you didn't put it out into the world to see if the plan even is going to flow perfectly into fruition like you believed it would, right? But you just know it's gonna work because the shit look good. And a lot of times we do create things that look fucking amazing. And I won't say it just doesn't work out, because I think that things could work out if it's really dope as fuck. It's just about being consistent. We think we know it all. We think that because it looks dope, and sometimes it does look dope, that when we ask somebody for advice or opinion, and they say, look, you shouldn't do it that way, or you shouldn't do it this way, and I'm gonna tell you why, or whatever the case may be. People like, my shit look fly, that's why this bitch saying that. And it's like, no, you asked me for my opinion, so I'm telling you exactly what to do and how to do it from my past experience or things like that. So I had to learn, like, not to give, I don't give business advice. I just say I like everything. Unless, like I will always say, I will say this throughout my whole podcast, it is detrimental. It could get that person in trouble. Yes, you could do bad business deals and get somebody get fucking in trouble. How can you do? You could do some illegal shit, your ass end up in jail, bitch. You could do some shit you're not supposed to do, your ass end up with a lawsuit. With business, what else can you do in business? You could lose unnecessary money. In business, you're gonna always lose money, but ways you could lose unnecessary money is like, I'm gonna give an example. It's so ways you give easy examples. Sometimes, like, I know people with packaging, like, we always want to do these pretty ass packages, you know, they want to put in this pretty thing, something that's gorgeous, right? Unfortunately, you can't do that. Like, I remember I was telling a friend, like, you shouldn't put your product in a package like that. That should look mad nice. When people see nice stuff, they automatically want to steal it, especially like in New York City, like, or like not even New York, in general, bitch. Like fuck a state. All states, people have rings. People are stealing constantly during the holidays. People just stealing. Remember when Kylie Jenner made first, when her lip kiss was that girl? She made her lip kiss and then she put it in the black box and then she put the white stuff dripping. That sounds like a lot. But she had a design packaging. Then the packages was getting stolen. So then she just put it in the all black box. So, you know, those are like small things. Like, so those are ways you could easily not lose money. Because if you're a really good business person, if a person says they lost their package, they never got their package got stolen, even if you don't want to do it, you should, you know, resend them something and hope that they're being honest and that they're being, all you have is your honor policy, right? With people, I'm sure, like with Amazon, people call Uber Eats, we call and we say things like, oh, I lost my package. Well, not me, I don't do shit like that. But I'm just saying, people do stuff like that. Oh, my food is fucked up and your food ain't fucked up. But what Uber Eats will do is they'll give you your fucking money back. Because it's something that they have to honor, is the honor policy, and they have to honor customer service. You get what I'm saying? So now you losing unnecessary money. You got all these packages getting stolen because you want to put your packaging in something so gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? You could keep the pretty packaging but put it in a regular ass box. Respectfully. You can still make nice packaging inside the packaging. You get what I'm saying? So things like that is ways to just not lose money or whatever the case may be. So one thing I learned is never to give business advice. Mind you, people love asking me for business advice, and I don't feel like I'm a successful business person. Not even, I'm not. You know, well, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So people like asking me for it, but I rarely ever give my truest opinion, you know. So in business, I learned not to give advice. I don't know why people feel the need to like ask, not feel the need, I shouldn't say feel the need. Like, I give advice or opinions on things to people who I know will really like basking on that opinion and won't think that I'm being a hater. Like, they'll be like, okay, I trust Brittany's opinion. I love constructive criticism too as well, as long as you're saying it the right way. I don't mind. I really don't. Like, I like opinions. I like ideas, as long as they make sense. Because some people be giving some stupid ass fucking opinions. Let's be honest. Like, shit don't even be making no fucking sense. But even when people give me opinions that I think is stupid as fuck, I dead ass will be like, I might think about that. Like, I'm really that type of person. Like, I won't think they're a hater or nothing. Like, you can't think people is being haters. Like, and one of the reasons, actually, I think like last year, somebody did a business or whatever, and the person, business is a very slept on. Business is very underrated and just causing a lot of drama in terms of like friends and family, in terms of like, I love this. Number one, people want you, obviously, they'll bring up stuff like, yo, blase didn't even buy me anything from my company, or blase expect me to send this to them for free, and it's like, girl, what else people do? Oh, I don't know if they listen to podcasts, but I remember one of my friends was like, this girl, she acting weird. She be up under me, asking me for stuff, asking me in my opinion on stuff. Like, she always up under me about my business, about my company. And I think she trying to steal. And I'm just like, wait, what? And the thing I was like, didn't like that was because, like, I feel like when you have somebody like that that's so supportive, was she being a little weird? Maybe. But maybe she's just naturally weird and she's being very supportive. Like, that girl is just a friend you made through certain circumstance or whatever, right? So she's being way more supportive than like a friend that you fuck with or a family member. And I just feel like these are the things with business where it's like so weird. And I'm just like this, and I said, see, this is exactly why I act the way I act. I don't do all that extra rowdy shit. Like, cause it's like if some people is like, if you give me too much support, I feel like you being funny. If you don't give me no support, you're being a hater. And it's just like, and I think a lot of things too, what's going on is that, like, I think I said this too, 2020 is a lot of businesses. People started making businesses because they was losing their jobs and doing all this stuff. So people is new to this shit. You feel me? Like, very new to what it's like trying to run a business or trying to just do something new, do something fun, do something creative. I feel like this shit old news, yesterday's paper. Like, with the podcast, I don't beg nobody and my friends and family to go watch and listen to the podcast, bitch. I don't do none of that. I don't send links. I don't do none of that. The most I might do, like, I was like, all I want for my birthday was like, I asked them to give me 5 stars and leave a comment. Like, I told some of my friends that or whatever. That's free. And I mean, I'm not saying, because some people don't even know to do that with podcasting, so I don't give a fuck. But, like, maybe that. Like, those are cute things I'll do. And mind you, I did that on my birthday. Like, it's not something I did randomly. But I don't send links. I don't do that. And some people might find it, because I already know what time it is. Like, when you played the game for too long, like, I played these games, girl. I already played the game. I already lived the game. People be, and then what be killing me is, like, for me personally, I don't mind if I sold something. If there was something that I sold, I don't mind giving it for free. When I sold the shirts, I just gave it to my friends and family for free. And actually, back in the day, that was acceptable. Now I think people highlighted it so much, people feel the need to buy stuff from people, which is cool. I have no problems with that, and I do agree with that, because people do be needing seed money for real. But back then, you could never not give your family members something for free. Yeah, like, you could never, or not, I wouldn't even say free, maybe discounted, depending on the product. Like, let's say somebody who makes cakes or something, you can't, well, I mean, hey, you can if you want to. I was gonna say you can't make a cake for free, because I feel like cakes might be expensive to make. I don't know. I'll probably be a bad example, but y'all get where I'm going, or whatever the case may be. But back then, giving family and friends stuff free was just like something you did, and you could never speak on it. But, you know, 2020, people started making points like, y'all niggas want stuff for free. Like, shit ain't free out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I still have people who do send me stuff for free, which I think is really cool, really nice, or whatever the case may be. And if they don't, I don't mind buying stuff either. I'll dead buy stuff. Like, but it's hard now in 2020 because, like I said, I had I would say a few friends start a business, and I still haven't bought anything from it yet. I have I just don't. It's just the timing. I got bills to pay. Like, it seems small, but it really be a lot when you add it up. Like, let's say 10 of your friends, or maybe 6, and maybe not close. They don't have to be close. Like, just people you know. Like, I like to support. Like, for the most part, like, I try if I have to. Like, sometimes they'll send it to me. Like, I have friends who just send it to me, and then I have friends who be like, bitch, I want you to buy it. No problem. Say less, or whatever the case may be. But if, let's say, 6 or 7 of your friends sell something, one product might be 30. I've seen some shit 60. Something might be 20, and that's not including shipping and handling. Now, all your friends done came up with a business, family, you done spent easily $200, $300. Alright, for some of y'all, that's cheap. For me, it's not, so everybody gotta wait. Like, just keep running your business, boo. I got you. I have, been trying. I will promote. I will repost. I'll do what I can. You feel me? Okay? It's a lot. And then you got, sometimes people make, it's a lot. So what I come to say that is like in business, I personally learned because like I said, like I feel like the first time I ever did something was like maybe Curls King Fashion when I sold the shirts, and that was what 2014. So that was what 6-7 years ago, and most of my sales and like my hugest support came from other people. And so I feel like a lot, like I never felt the need to what am I trying to say? Like, feel like your family and friends is supposed to do but so much. Like, and they only could do but so much. They could send you a repost. They could say you look cute. They could say I love it. But I don't require them to listen. Maybe they don't want to listen to my black ass talk for an hour. And that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't want to watch whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Like, it's going to be other people going to come and they going to want to do it. You get what I'm saying? So it just be weird to me sometimes, for me personally, when people be like, oh, she ain't even buy nothing from me. I started my little business. She's a hater. Maybe I couldn't afford it right now, bitch. Or maybe I didn't want it. I don't need it. The fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that make somebody a hater? Like, what happens to just leaving a comment was supportive? I'm a hater because I didn't buy it? Because I didn't purchase it? Damn, that's a little harsh. Like, if you really sit down and think about it, to really call somebody a hater or say someone is jealous of you because they didn't buy or purchase something you created, but they said, oh, I love it, it's cute, that's kind of a bit much. That's a bit much, because you cannot expect people to, like, all I can just speak for myself. You cannot expect but so much from people. Like, you cannot. Everybody know that. This is basic life sense. Like, you cannot. People are unreliable. I don't give a fuck if you the most reliable person, you still unreliable, my nigga. Because let me tell you why. Because you don't fucking know. Nobody know their life, their day-to-day life. You don't fucking know. One day you could wake up and lose your job. Bitch, one day you could wake up and have a family emergency. Now you can't show up to work. And you the bitch that got 100% attendance. So I just feel like everybody's unreliable. Oh, like, it's business is crazy. Business is crazy. I learned that this motherfucking year. I was like, yo, business is right on top with relationship advice. Like, you cannot be out here giving people business advice or talking to people. And then I even saw something too where actually the non-corporate girls, I did a podcast with them. They have an Instagram page, really cute. Definitely should go follow Instagram page. They put up, I think they made a podcast episode, or was it a post? I'm not sure, but it was like, when it's a consultation and not a conversation. So sometimes too, people be asking you for too much advice. Like, bitch, like, this is becoming a job. Like, am I your manager? Girl. Like, and it's not even about, and then they call you a hater because you don't feel like giving advice. I'm like, girl, I'm running out. I am drained. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I love giving advice, but when it's becoming a everyday, day-to-day, like, come on now. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta live in it. And they made I gotta listen to that. I definitely listen to that. But it was like when it's becoming more of a consultation than a conversation. Like, people be like noticing you might be creative, you might be good at pictures, or you good at making videos and editing. That shit requires time. Like, some shit really do be consuming your time. I understand you gotta be there for people and shit. You supposed to hold your family and friends down, but bitch, who's gonna hold me down? Cause you don't have any talents. What can I use you for? The fuck? Like, can I use you for something? Okay, what can you help me with? Can you scratch my motherfucking back? Like, Jesus. And sometimes too, I feel like people be having talents and stuff. Well, talents, or like people might be good at stuff, but they not really that good at it in their opinion. Like, they just want to do it for themselves. Like, it's just a hobby that they do. Like, you know how people knit? Like, I don't want to make a knitted bathing suit. I just want to knit. Like, it's just something I do for fun. Like, sometimes people just do shit for fun, and that's why they don't want to do it in real time. Does that make sense? Like for instance, I put on makeup, right? I I don't feel comfortable doing somebody else's makeup though. Like if somebody was to my mother asked me to do her makeup all the time. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that shit. Like I don't give a fuck. I feel like my makeup look okay. Like to some people they be like, oh, your makeup be looking mad nice. They'll be like, for real. Like certain shit I don't feel comfortable doing. It's the weirdest thing. Like I just don't. Like I just don't feel comfortable doing somebody's makeup. Like I feel like makeup is so something that people take seriously, obviously, because it's your face. It's like your beauty. It's like how you look. Like so I don't like playing around with people's appearance. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and the next thing you know they think I did some shit shaky and now I'm a hater. Her makeup be looking mad nice on her fucking podcast. Then when she did my shit it was fucked up. She's a hater. And it's like I'm not a professional. You get what I'm saying? Like some people be thinking you're a professional or something because you did it nice, and that is a way to find out if you're really good at something though. Because I'm quite sure some people who like I was like that, like because I was fashiony. People felt like I could probably do hair, makeup, sew a dress, like do all these things, which I pretty could do a little bit, a little something. But do I feel like I'm a professional at it? Is this something that I want to pursue? No, I don't want to be a makeup artist or something like that. Like. Or pictures, like we be taking pictures. Niggas is, Femi, he ain't no fucking photographer. Now he think he want to be a photographer because he been taking my pictures. Follow me on Instagram _Brittstagram. But can he be a photographer? Does he? I don't know what he want to do. I hope he not listening because he be in his fucking bag. Does he want to be one? I don't think so. I think that he's just dealing with my stupid ass. You get what I'm saying? Like he's just like, oh God, come on, let's go, let's take damn pictures. Like you get what I'm saying? Like some shit is like. I'm not saying no because I'm a hater. I'm saying no because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm making the fucking cut. Like, you can even, like, for instance, watch my podcast and see the evolution. Like, look, now my camera quality is getting better. Mind you, it's the same fucking camera. I just have to know how to use it. Even when we took pictures the other day, I was learning stuff about the camera. Like, I had to tell him, like, you know, you got to move the camera around a little bit, then hit the screen. Because then when you move my camera around, it starts to play with the light or whatever. So we're learning. We're no professional. None of us, like, I'm no professional. Like, I'm just learning. Like, now, and mind you, some of the tips, just using sunlight. And then that's why I love filming in the room, because it's giving me very much nostalgia. Like back in the day before we had ring lights and shit, before they became popular, because ring lights were always a thing, you had to wake up in the morning and film in the morning and make sure your fucking your ass was in front of the damn window. Like it was that serious. Like you had to make sure you was sitting in front of the goddamn window to get your video up for your channel. You had your webcam ready, or your cell phone, whatever. I always had a camera. And you made sure you made a video. If you wasn't up in time, if it got late, bitch, you just missed it. You just missed the cut. You ain't make the cut, honey. Like, so it gives me very nostalgia. And they always say that sunlight is the best light. But I don't know. I just never thought to film in my room when I moved here. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. You know, we all make mistakes. Like, I'm no professional. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying no because I'm a hater. I'm saying no because I don't feel comfortable. And that's the thing. We talked about that on the podcast, is the word no. It's like, it's not, y'all be overthinking shit. Niggas don't be haters. Niggas just be, they don't be knowing. They don't be knowing what they doing. They're saying no because they don't feel comfortable. What happens to just, you're not comfortable? I said no. I don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to do something for somebody and they calling you a hater. How am I being a hater? Because I don't want to do something. That doesn't make a person a hater. They might just don't want to do it. Like, what the fuck? And they be like, because why would you want to do something for somebody? Because I said no. Like, period. What the fuck? Like, I said no. Like, that's not being a hater. That's not being a hater. So, I think hater is used very loosely. Very loosely. As it pertains to relationships too. Like, girls will be like, oh yeah, she fucking hating on me. Meanwhile, you're fucking her man. You're sleeping with her husband. You're sleeping with her boyfriend. She's not a hater. She does not fuck with you. Respectfully. That's not being a hater to me. You can't do bad things to people and then call them a hater afterwards. Like, some people can say, oh yeah, but then they be turned into a hater after I fucked their man. But had you not did it, she would have never hated you. So you didn't turn her into your hater. You get what I'm saying? Like some people be dragging shit like, this bitch is obsessed with me. Yeah, because you're sleeping with her man. She's trying to make sure you're gonna stop. And yeah, y'all can say, oh, well, then she needs to break up with her nigga. Maybe she don't want to. Maybe she want to work on her relationship. Like, what the fuck? Like, some people just be making up like this falseality of haters. Like, nobody's hating on you. Like, I feel like some people are jealous, but I also be feeling like a lot of jealousy is a real thing. Let's be clear. We've seen it. Like with Selena, when the lady killed Selena, they said she was jealous. She was obsessed with her. Obsession and jealousy, is that the same thing? It could fall into the same spectrum, because you could be so jealous of somebody that you get obsessed with them. Well, but you could be so in love with somebody that you get obsessed with them. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a heavy question. Jealousy is a real thing. You could become jealous of someone, envious of someone. It doesn't mean you're a hater, though. I think when you're jealous of someone, you actually really adore them. Because when you're usually jealous of someone, it's like you want something that they have, so you kind of like them, right? Like, if you want someone's hair, you like their hair, but you're jealous that they have that hair. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that's hating. I think it's really, jealousy is really some love shit. Some love shit. I do. That's why I don't really believe hating. I think hating is a theory. I think hate is really a theory. I think it's all an ideology. You can never hate a person. I think you only can hate things. You can hate food. You can hate things like some people are really scared of clowns. They probably hate clowns. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be scared of something, you have to hate that thing. You can love something that you're scared of. I be asking some crazy ass questions. Can you love something that you're scared of? I think so. You can love something that you're afraid of. No. People love their mother, be scared of their mothers, be scared of their fathers, bitch, when they get angry. I don't know. That's a confusing ass question. I mean, that's called unconditional love, though. That's an interesting question. I can't answer that one. But yeah, I'm starting to think hate is a theory. I think that where we lack is communication, and just because somebody doesn't want to do something for you, or you don't like the opinion or the idea that someone gave you, doesn't make them a hater. I don't believe in that, because people be calling people hater. Like, every time I do something, she always got something negative to say, and you can correlate that with hating. But did you ever sit back and say, the shit she be saying or he be saying be right, though? Because if it be right, is it hating? You get what I'm saying? Like, if every time you do something, that person dead ass tell you some shit you don't want to hear, that person is probably a good ass person. Like, those are the type of people you need to keep around you, because people be having you out here looking fucking crazy. About crazy as who know what. I might be the bitch to have you out here looking crazy. You know why? And now, does that make me a hater? Because I really don't be here for the bullshit. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm at an age where I'm just like, I'd rather tell them they should look nice so that they don't think I'm a hater. I'm really on that type of time. I don't want that conversation. I don't want those type of problems. So maybe I'm the type of person you don't even need to have around, unless I'm really cool with you. Like, I know people who value good opinion. And I think it's just through life. Like, I've had to deal with constructive criticism so much because I used to work in visual merchandising and fashion. Fashion and visual and all that stuff is very critical. Like, people gonna critique everything you do. I wouldn't have put that shirt there. I wouldn't, like, when you do fashion and all that and art and I used to do take art classes in colleges, and literally when the project is due, you come in and they would do a critique. Literally, like, everybody has to be here for critique. Like, we would do critiques, like, dead ass, and they would dead critique your shit, like, straight the fuck up. It wasn't a grade, like, because you know how you could do something and as long as you did everything that you was asked of, you get an A? Nah, it wasn't like that. Niggas, we gonna critique you on your lines, how you painted, was your painting neat? I don't like the way you trace this. I still see this. I think I would have did this differently. The whole fucking class critiquing your shit. The teacher, the professor, bitch, bombing you. Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for constructive criticism, as long as it's constructive. And a lot of people not here for that. So I personally don't participate in it. Maybe I'm considered somebody who's not eligible to be giving out advice. I probably maybe considered a bad friend or family member then, but I'd really rather not have the problems than give the critique. I really would not. I really prefer not to, and that sucks. But I do think it's important to have somebody around you who's willing to do that shit. I do think it's important to have somebody who's willing to be like, yo, shit is trash, bitch. But the scary part about that is, how do you delineate when the advice is good and when the advice is bad, right? And that's where the problem gets sticky, because a lot of shit be subjective, right? People might tell you should do this differently, you should do that differently, and maybe you're on the right path, right? Maybe they just don't want you doing it that way because they don't like it that way. But what you're doing is who you are, because when you at your most authentic self, that's when you start getting the success you desire. So somebody might see something and be like, honestly, like maybe they'll say, I don't like that painting in the background, I would do a different painting, I don't like this, I don't like that. And sometimes maybe you just need to keep doing what you're doing. So a lot of times opinions are subjective, and you need to pick and choose delineate what do you need to do and what you don't need to do. I think the way to do that is to really be like, you gotta know what's a real life opinion and what's real life facts. Like, for instance, but it's so hard. Like I said, a painting is a painting. Like, does it matter what fucking painting is on the wall? No, it does not. Like, in hindsight, does it matter? Maybe not. Like, maybe if it was something really weird, it could impact. But those things are not of high value. So that's very opinion based. It's very, very, it's something that's not needed to be done. Let's say my camera quality was really blurry, like really, really blurry. Should I get that fixed? Yes. Those are things that you like, that's a fact. That's quality, because that's the people, you want people to watch you with your shit bad quality. If people give you opinions about things like that, or maybe somebody be like, I don't really like the sound quality, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you making something that requires people to listen, then maybe you should listen. Those are not big deal critiques, you get what I'm saying? What if, okay, let's not speak potty. Let's speak a different topic. What if you make makeup and you have a lip gloss, right? And somebody tells you it's a little sticky. Like, when I put it on, like, my lips look like goo. I don't fucking know. Would you take that advice? Would you get a new Venza? I think you would. Well, before you put anything out, maybe you should have 5 or 4 people try it and see what they say. Right? But when the people talk, you gotta listen. I was getting a lot of feedback from season 1 that my episodes was too short. Like, I heard it too many times from people who don't even give a fuck about me. Like, it's only 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, I heard that more than once, so maybe I should make it longer. You know what I'm saying? Why is it only 30 minutes? It's so short. And I'm like, dang, I heard this from people who really don't pay me no mind. So I made it longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, some stuff you gotta listen to. And at the time, I felt 30 minutes was appropriate because I felt like people don't want to listen to you for an hour. But then also you gotta read the room and you gotta understand the market that you're in, right? I'm looking at people who be having 2-hour podcasts and I be dead listening. 2 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes. Should be long as fuck. So where the fuck am I going with a 30-minute podcast? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take shit in. And at the time, I didn't want to do an hour podcast. But now I'm doing it. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Certain stuff you have to listen to. Like, if it's something about exactly what you're doing, your product, and it sounds reasonable, like your lip gloss is mad sticky, like it feels weird, or it smells funny, then take in that. Get a new Venza. Put some fucking rose water in the shit. Put some lavender extract. Fix the smell. Like, certain stuff is opinion based, right? Like, certain stuff is opinion based. Certain stuff is fact. That's gonna get you fucked up in the long run. You catch my drift? And maybe some things you cannot fix immediately. I get that. Like, I could imagine if you got a lip gloss brand, now you got to change the vendor. You already bought mad product, so you got to try to get rid of that shit. Try to figure it out in the meantime. Like I said, just go buy some extract or something, like whatever. If my podcast is super duper blurry, maybe I can't afford a camera right now. Maybe I could put a little light on the camera. Like, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta work with what you got, and some people work with what they got and they still make it. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. So I get it. It's a lot. It's just all about figuring it out. It's very hard. Some people work with what they got and they still make it. Some people be looking janky as fuck. I be saying that shit all the time. And they just doing it because they real and they gritty. Like, I don't know. You just got to know how to heed and advice. Not everything is coming from a hater aspect. Everybody think everybody want to be a hater. Hater. You tell your friend they man cheating on them. Oh, she's a hater. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I mean, now I'm feeling bad because now I feel like I'm not a good friend or family member because I'm always feeding the bullshit. But I mean, for sometimes, because I don't know who listening, sometimes I do tell you the truth. I'm learning how to say things in such a way where I allow you to think. The podcast has taught me that, to say things in a way where I allow people to think. So I don't know, somebody listening or watching, I tell sometimes it's a group of people where I'll tell the truth and not in a mean way, because you don't have to be mean and tell the truth. So I'm just putting that out there. But a lot of times I'm not gonna front. Maybe 7 out of 10 of the times I'm probably just being nice because I don't want no smoke. And I'm quite sure people be being nice with my black ass too, and that's fine. Like, we all and that's the other thing. Sometimes you do gotta make mistakes. I remember I was saying that shit with my mother. Like, sometimes you don't have to tell everybody the truth. Sometimes you gotta allow people to fuck up in order for them to learn. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you can't tell them, right? Sometimes that's the only way they're gonna learn is when they fuck up. Like, you know how parents do that? They be like, I mean, it's a little harsh. He gonna learn when his ass go to jail. Like, you know, it's just sometimes that's just the way it is. We won't learn until shit hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard way to learn, but sometimes the best way. Because when you deal with it the worst way, you gonna really, really fix that shit, right? So, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I mean, I just want to say, don't think everybody's hating on you. Not everybody want to be a hater. Sometimes people want to really help. And I understand it's hard to take an advice when you hear things you don't want to hear, or you think you're perfect and you're the best. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I don't always take advice, right? Sometimes I might get hurt. Somebody tell me something, it might hurt my feelings, and but eventually I'll be like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't call that person a hater, because some people really looking out. And as I'm talking too, I'm really thinking like, the top people who be dead ass telling you the truth all the time, those people is people you really need to keep around. But the thing is, I do understand it's very hard to figure out when somebody is just being a fucking asshole, or when somebody advice is not really stable advice, because you don't know the difference. Like, I really like you may not always know the difference, or you could try it out. If it don't work, go back to what you was doing. I've done that a few times, you know. You gotta try different things, but don't call people haters. Like, everybody is not hating on you. Because somebody didn't like your picture doesn't mean that they're hating on you. People be doing that, like, oh, she don't be liking my pictures. Maybe they didn't see it. My algorithm, son. Yo, let me tell you about Instagram. First of all, I didn't even know. I think they do that with big, because I don't want to see. I would rather see people I'm close to's stories, but I did not know the Shade Room made Instagram stories. They don't even recommend that to me. But one week I wasn't on Instagram. It was when I came out the hospital. I wasn't on Instagram for mad long. So I guess they felt like, why is Brittany? Cause you know they watching our algorithm. Why is Brittany not on Instagram? How can we get her back? When I went back on Instagram that week, you know what they did? they, instead of recommending my friends' IG stories to me and stuff, they recommended the Shade Room, like celebrities, because they was like, they feel like celebrities is going to grab me back into their social media platform. Isn't that fascinating? I didn't see none of my friends shit on my timeline. None. It was only celebrities. Like, I was like, the Shade Room post IG stories? What the fuck? I never see Ciara. It was showing me like popular people, like people with mad followers, like celebrities, like the celebrities I follow. It was showing me all they shit. Like, it was so weird. And then they recently fixed it. I'm like, I don't want to see these people's stuff. What the fuck? Like, I'm telling you, sometimes the way, because remember back in the day, it was about what time you post. But now they'll show you posts all the time. So sometimes a person might have not even seen your shit. It'll be stuff I didn't even see. Me and my friends talk, would be like, did you see when she posted? I'm like, I didn't see that shit, and I watched this person's IG story. So sometimes you don't even see everything. So don't say, oh, she ain't even like my picture. She didn't see it. And can somebody not like something? Maybe she didn't like your outfit, bitch. Maybe she didn't like your hair. The fuck? Like, everything ain't hating. What if somebody dead ass don't like what you doing? Do we ever say that? Like, maybe this person didn't think I was funny. Maybe this person didn't like my hair. Maybe this person didn't like my shoes. And that's why they didn't like my picture. That's why they don't watch my shit. That's why they don't buy my shit. Because they don't fucking like it. And, like, that doesn't mean that a person is hating on you because they don't like what you promoting. The fuck? Like, y'all gotta chill out. Like, people could dead not like something, whether they cool with you or not. I'm not obligated to like your shit. Period. Like, the fuck? Like, maybe I just didn't like it. Sometimes people don't like stuff, and that's fine. And guess what? The person who might not like it, there's gonna be another person who do. So move on. Like, y'all gotta cut this hating shit out. Not everybody is hating on you, Rose. Like, big facts. Like, not everybody finds you that relevant. Like, sorry. Like, stop. Especially now, there's way too much going on in the world for people to even have time to even be worried about your ass. Trust me. Okay? So, I don't know. I just can't stand the word hater. I think hater is a theory. And yeah. It'd be funny closing out a podcast episode. Like, I think it's one of the funniest things, because when you close out a podcast episode, I'd be on a tangent, and I'd be like, so yeah. But yeah, we talked about haters. We talked about a lot today. We talked about business. We talked about this and that. And yeah, don't overthink things anyway. Number one, I just want to put that out there. Not everybody's hating on you, and even if somebody's hating on you, don't overthink it. Keep your head focused on whatever you're doing. Keep it, whether it's a business, whether it's whatever. And if you're in a relationship, keep your head focused on your relationship. A lot of y'all not focused on your relationship. That's why motherfuckers out here doing what the fuck they doing. Focus on fixing that shit. Don't focus on what people think about it. Focus on fixing it. Focus on fixing whatever you're doing. Focus on making your brand bigger, whatever you got going on. Don't worry about the haters. Let them hate in peace if they exist, because it's theoretical. And yeah, follow me on Instagram _Bristagram. Make sure you're subscribing, hitting the post notification bell. Make sure you're leaving a review. Make sure you're giving me 5 stars. And yeah, definitely stay tuned. Keep posted. I will see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in, and see you guys later.